Hey everybody, what is going on? This Theodore Blue shouting out from um, Los Angeles, California. Um, Something came across my desk. I'm sitting here creating these little marvels, these little so beautiful little Gregories for your tarot cards. I'm creating a lot of them. I have a major, and I'm creating a red petite. I forgot to send in a shipment. So while I'm doing that, a case came across my desk called Rasheem by Rasheem Carter. Rasheem Carter was a young man that was killed. I'm going to actually pull him up. It was a case that he was actually killed and murdered in Mississippi of last year. It's now been 2 years now, and hmm, I'm gonna go pull. I'm gonna pull up a little bit more information on his case, and then I'm just gonna share it on the screen. It was just it's oh my god, it's just a really bad case. And it's just really bad. As of March 15th through, pardon me, as of March 15th, 2023. And let me share my window with everybody. But I'm watching now, mind you, I'm sitting here sewing, just minding my own business, right? Just sitting here sewing, and I I'm watching another psychic by the name of by the Reckoning Company.com. And this case is just pissing me off more and more and more. And I'm like, you know what? I don't usually get involved with, I don't usually use my gifts in that way or whatever. But I'm like, hey, well, why not? Why, definitely. So, to familiarize everybody with the case itself, family of Rasheem Carter, black man found dead in Mississippi, alleges he was murdered. Here's what we know. What is this big awning up here like this? Get out of here. Hold on. It's a huge awning right here. Oh, there we go. Family of black man found dead in Mississippi last year is calling for, that was 2002, it's been 2 years. What we have is a Mississippi lynching sent by Benjamin Crump, a high profile civil rights attorney. Lawyer for Rasheed Carter's family said at the news conference Monday. Crump told reporters an autopsy by the state medical examiner's office found Carter's body had been dismembered. The autopsy did not specify dismemberment, but noted the remains contained about 2 dozen bones as well as other similar bone fragments that were found across 2 acres. Mind you, his case had his bones had literally been. It took about a month to get him. Mind you, what we found out now in the last 2 years is that he had been dismembered. His spinal cord had been torn out of his body. Um, but we're trying to find out. I mean, this is a horrible, horrible, horrible case. Absolutely horrible. So I'm listening to, mind you, this is Mississippi. I'm from Baton Rouge, the hop, skip in a goddamn way. Oh Lord. So I'm listening to this mess and I'm getting triggered all over again. Black man was found dead after he told his mother he had been chased. Police said there's no reason to suspect foul play. Of course there's reason to suspect foul play. And of course they're going to freaking say that. Let's see what NBC was saying about it.
Justice for Rasheem Carter. From the chanting Justice for Rasheem Carter to the signs Justice for Rasheem Carter. It's clear that family members and friends want someone to be held accountable for the death of 25-year-old Rasheem Carter.
This is not a natural death. This represents a young man who was killed.
Well-known civil rights attorney Ben Crump gives the gruesome details on how the Jefferson County man was found.
His head was severed from his body. His vertebrae, his spinal cord, was in another spot they discovered away from his severed head. They have recently found remains that they believe are also Rasheem Carter.
Carter was last seen outside a Super 8 hotel at the beginning of October in Laurel. which is half an hour from where he had been contracted to work in Taylorsville at Georgia Pacific.
Yeah.
Remains believed to be his were found on November 2nd. Those close to Carter say he was being threatened by people he knew.
He was dutifully and gainfully employed, just trying to make a living for his young child, and ends up dead, chased
Yep.
by what we believe to be white supremacists,
Yeah.
lynch mob.
Lynch
In fact,
mob.
Carter's mother, Tiffany Carter, says he even let her know about it during one of his last text messages to her right before he went missing.
Yep.
He said, me and the owner of this company not seeing eye to eye, mama. His name, which I can't say at this time, but if anything happened to me, he's responsible for it. I'm too smart, mama. He got these guys wanting to kill me.
But they say what's even more alarming is the fact that someone attempted to use Carter's credit card even after it was determined that he was dead.
And we believe that is a big clue. Think about it. The person who had his credit card is likely to have encountered him while he was alive. And it shouldn't have to be this difficult for this broken-hearted mother
Yeah.
to get answers.
Yeah. Okay, we know more about this case here. Now, what I'm going to
These
do,
photos released by Waterbury police paint a picture of the conditions inside this home on Blake Street. Investigators say it's where Kimberly Sullivan held her 32-year-old.
what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you the video that's inspiring my video here, and it's by a recording company. I'm actually going to subscribe to her. She's a really good card reader. She's actually very, very good, and I really respect her talent. Also, being a psychic myself, um, she's a very good card reader. Really, really good card reader, and um, she has some really great insight. But being a nosy psychic, there are some places where she's not going. And all I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure, please go follow her. She's absolutely excellent at what she does. So please go follow her. Definitely. Hold on. I'm looking for watch history. Oh, there we go. Right here. There we go. Here she is right here. So I'm going to stop and start uh, where, especially because I commented on her video. Um,
Also like going a distance, so
Here we go. So we're going to just go a little bit and what she's coming forth.
like personal beliefs, but ones that are rooted in hate.
Now hold on, I'm going to back up a little bit more,
And I
and I want you to hear this right here.
feel like you're not giving 100% because you feel like you don't have to give 100% because our 100%. Feel like you're not giving 100% because you feel like you don't have to give 100% because our 100% is your 70%.
Now, what she's talking about basically is the whole annals of racism. This young man, Rasheem, was working in construction. He wasn't given his 100%, um, but she's dealing with the intangible logic of racism. White men and women are constantly in the paradox of jealousy when it comes to racism going on. So, as a white woman, she's having to come into that paradox of what that jealousy actually means. So for her, it's really interesting to see, as a black man, to see, because she's not familiar with this. Of course, I'm pretty sure she looks like a young lady who understands racism, probably has friends who's been through racism. But it's really interesting to see the paradox of dichotomy, and she as she goes through it and really breaks through an understanding of what racism means for her, not really truly having experienced it. I don't know if her personal experience, if she experienced it or not, but it's really interesting to see someone on the other side of the fence break down. I can clearly feel psychically as well as conceptually that this is racism. But listen how she breaks it down. This is what racism actually is.
Like you don't have to try as hard to be as good as we are, but if you try harder, you could outdo
Now, what she's breaking down is that Rasheem has had to literally
He has
pare
already
back his
been through what I
skills.
just said.
She had to pare back his skills so that he didn't intimidate his workmates.
8 of Swords. Yeah. This would be like self-limiting beliefs. So the page in reverse. Yeah, it's weird. It's like if you tried harder, you could. But it's not like he wasn't trying. I don't want it to seem like that. It's not like he.
All of us have been, a lot of us that have been went through racism, especially in the work area, we know when we're working super hard, and we also know when we can't necessarily, um, when we can't necessarily go about like, listen, I gotta pare things back. I gotta watch my back. I gotta be careful. If I overperform, I'm outperforming, my coworkers. So I gotta, it's almost a lot of times, especially a lot of times with black folks, being especially black women are being overachievers. I've done this before in corporate America. I've had to pare things back. I have to pare my talent back till I can find my nook and then shine. Not that I'm outshining anybody, but I can be myself. But I have to find a way. He's brand new on this job in construction. You find your nook. You find your nook where you can shine to your natural abilities, and it's not offending anybody else. It's not stepping on anybody else's toes. So as a black person, we're constantly in the corporate world. It happens with everybody, especially if you're an overachiever. But with black people, it's a little bit different because it's often paired. It's something that's quite unexpected because of racism. Especially we're talking about Mississippi in the Deep South. We know it is what it is, but that paradox it's even more apparent. So he's having to kind of pare things back. I know what that feeling is like coming from Louisiana.
He was doing a bad job. It's just that he was doing what he had to do. But if he gave extra effort, the people who were threatened by him were threatened by that potential. Like you could give extra effort.
And they know it. They know, you know, these guys are smart. They know looking at what little he can do, like this guy's pretty smart and he's black. So, and Mississippi right now is a burgeoning understanding, especially in the cities, of brothers and sisters, black folks, really doing really well for themselves. So it's an understanding like, okay, they see him, they see what he's doing, and they understand that this can be a thing. But this is not the one. Now, what's going to come up is pretty soon. Now, I want to juxtaposition to this one. She's coming on something that's quite curious, and I want it. Now, mind you, the way the case was, he called his mother. He told his mother that he was being chased by his boss. That if something happened, because he stopped at a police station, two exactly, and the police told him to get out. They didn't want anything to do with it. They told him to get out. They simply said, "You're in the way. We don't have enough room for you here," which is absolutely wrong. They should have gave him refuge. If a civilian comes into a police station, that is a safe. That is a very that should be a safe space for any civilian, especially if they're in trouble. It wasn't that way for Rasheem. So um, he was being tailed, and he texted his mother. He called him and said, "If something happens to me, my boss did this." She's about to come upon a paradigm that's very, very curious, and it inspired me to do this video. Watch her cards now. Watch her
Meaning,
cards.
if you know what you saw,
Now hold on. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Here we go. This is what inspired this
challenging
reading.
machinist boss. 7 of Cups reverse.
Hmm.
Ace of Pentacles reverse.
Secrets.
Queen of Swords reverse.
Yeah, that's sexuality, and it's so funny. It's reversed sexuality. She doesn't. Well, who would imagine this? The Queen of Cups. Okay, now let's go back. Seven of Cups, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. That's there. Queen of Cups reverse. That's there. That's there. That just was sexuality. Then unnorms. What's normal and what's not normal, at least in their paradigm of what's being hidden, and what she's. I know she sees this. She's thinking, oh my, and earlier, I was thinking, like, you see this. I know she sees this. I know you see it. I know she sees it.
I think he saw something he wasn't supposed to see.
And that's why they chased him. That's why they want to get him out of the company, and that's why they end up killing
Word
him.
coming up for Rasheem is like, don't look over there. But I look over there and I see something.
He wasn't supposed to say. Watch her. Watch this.
Queen of
Watch.
Swords reverse between them is like, I'm trying to convince you that you didn't see what you saw, or I'm trying to see if you know what you saw.
Queen of Swords reverses the sacred feminine, of course, at the end of the day. Now, keep in mind, in this situation, if you're seeing someone doing something sexually that they're not supposed to be doing, of course, Queen is being the sacred feminine, Sword, of course, being the sacred male. But being reversed is a sense of understanding. Now, mind you, that's the top end of that card that's there. But the middle end of that card, Sword, of course, the sense of being defensive that's there. It's a sense of defending on what you see, defensive because of it, but also defensive below of it too, as well. But also to keep in mind, Queen of Swords, what a Queen of Swords does. Queen of Swords does. Now, mind you, she's reversed. Now, the top half part of her, she's honesty, virtuous, and all that going on. But when she's top half her, when she's reversed, it's a sense of lying, betrayal, but most of all, fighting to keep that secret unseen. This is secrets that should never be seen. But we're dealing with the sacred feminine. Let's go on.
And then the Ace of Pentacles reverse is like, okay, I got to take back this opportunity from you.
Yeah,
You're a threat to me now.
yeah. The Ace of Pentacles, but see, now concerning with racism, the Ace of Pentacles, of course, taking back the opportunity, but it's also taking back a sense of perks, a sense of ownership, a sense of friendship that's there, or even faux friendship that's there. There's a bond that's being created because of work. But Ace of Pentacles also is a whole, because Ace of Pentacles is about magic. It's about the whole thought. Of course, spirit of the air. That's a whole thought process that's there that's completely reversed. And then Ace, of course, being the all-seeing understanding of things, the big air. This is really reshaping the world. So you have the Queen of Swords reversed. It's reshaping the whole entire thing. This guy who's been caught in this precarious situation, he's having to reshape his life. Who would do this but just being caught with a woman? He's having to reshape his whole thought process. That the big air. So who would do that if this was just a girl? This had to have been Rasheem caught his boss in a homosexual tryst. Here we go. Let's press on. I know she sees it. She doesn't want to say it.
What did he see? What's the Seven of Cups reverse representing? Ten of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Cups.
Ace of Cups, baby. Ace of Cups. Oh yeah. I know you see it. This is what had me do this reading here.
Oh my God.
She's not going to take it there.
Things I thought this could be. Oh my gosh.
It's the Four of Pentacles. The
He
court.
saw someone having like maybe not having an affair, but like this is
It's
like
a sexual
one of the guys
liaison.
from work. Their side piece comes in and says hi,
No,
and she sees it, but I don't think.
no. The Four of Pentacles, Queen of Swords upside down. But see, this Queen of Swords upside down, that's been laid down. This is the four. This is the four. No, hold on. It's four represents the four quadrant directions. This is the sky's whole world. It's a sense of hiding, but that card is actually right side up. You have to understand exactly what's being said. This is the sacred male of energy that's there. This is all male energy. He knew exactly what he saw, and the guy came onto him too.
I was thinking that and putting it together in my head, and then I pulled the Four of Pentacles. That's like I'm trying to protect what I already have. The Two of Pentacles is like juggling the two relationships. The Ace of Cups is some kind of PDA, public display of affection.
No, absolutely. Ace of Cups is PDA, but Ace of Cups, remember, Ace of Cups is is God holding up the cup. It's the cup from the sky. This literally is an all end all be all understanding of this whole entire situation going on. This is the changing of a whole dynamic. If this was about a female, it would not be the Ace of Cups. This is something, this is way more different than just a female. to male relationship, because the whole dynamic, it found out it would change his whole entire world. There's so much air spirit that's up there. There's so much potential of changing the spirit of the air. This would change his whole entire world. There's too much power that's there, too much power for change. This is so basically what I felt psychically when I first, because I just came across this video about an hour ago. What I felt was that Rasheem Carter saw his boss in a homosexual relationship. Now, and hold on, let her finish a little bit.
He saw someone with someone that was not their partner, and that person did what? Because Ace of Pentacles reverse is like, I don't want you working here anymore.
Ace of Pentacles reverse is a sense I don't want you working here anymore. It's a sense of pitting, but Ace of Pentacles is basically letting him know that the boss, of course, has the power, but also too is a sense of pitting down the line. Why would that be so severe in this situation that's here of just finding a tryst? This is a homosexual tryst that's there. So I'm going to stop sharing. That was really cool, really really cool. So, hence, we're here now in this session with me right now. This is one of the reasons why I'm starting this reading here. Um, Rasheem Carter, because I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty, and this may be a part one, but I really feel, because I really had to start this case off in a really, and then just kind of give everybody as much as I possibly could, but also the reason why for this reading here. Rasheem Carter saw his boss in a very compromising position with another man. And I feel that. I absolutely do feel that. Also, too, the man, Rasheem Carter's boss, did not hurt him. Now, you see, now go follow her. You listen to this video and then go follow her and find out. I'm going to put her video at the very bottom of this tagline to make sure you follow her as well. Because she has some beautiful, interesting information, a really good reader, really great energy reader that's there. But the whole point of it is, and what really got my thinking cap going, what really ignited my psychic understanding of this case, is this instance. Whereas, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Um, the men, did he get it? Did his boss get his underlings to go about and do his dirty work to kill Rasheem? Absolutely, he absolutely did. I do believe that he absolutely did get his underlings to kill Rasheem. They hunted him. They killed him. Of course they did. And I believe that. But why? Because Rasheem's boss is bisexual. And I guarantee you, and I do feel now psychically that this is where we get into the meat and potatoes of energy work, or at least psychic work. Now, again, this is speculation. I don't know. I know what I feel. I know what I see with my visions. I know what my guides tell me. And my guides are screaming that it's at least 4 or 5 men. There were at least 2 or 3 trucks. And they all worked with his boss. Out of those 4 or 5 men, 5 men we're gonna call. Out of those 5 men, maybe 6, 2 of them have slept with his boss. And his boss told those 2 that Rasheem knows everything and that he's going to tell everybody. And this is the reason why they were vehemently going to kill him. Absolutely. Now, mind you, this case had happened now about Rasheem and about being hunted out in the woods. This had happened before. Absolutely. And that young man actually survived. If I can, because it's 1:19 a.m. I may end this video quite sooner than I think. But I feel that, and mind you, watching this video, I want you to go look at the case, look at her video, and then go look as much as you can about the case itself. I absolutely feel that Rasheem Carter saw his boss and his coworker, one of his coworkers, in a compromising position. Yes, he did. And it's the coworker. Now, the boss had the coworker as well as the other four men, maybe five men, kill Rasheem while he stayed at the clear to basically make sure that the coast is clear, to make sure that he would keep up the facade. Like, no, they're off today. They're perfectly fine. I said all them off. It's fine. They didn't have to work today. Something like that. I also feel psychically that, of course, they start with his boss. I also feel that that there was a burner phone that was used. His phone, like I feel like his boss has two or three phones. One is a regular phone. Two are burner phones. Those phones are long gone. They need to find a way to check all of his cell information. In that time period, about 2 years ago, they're going to come because there's connections back and forth. Now, mind you, they did keep a lot of what was said was not on cell phone, but calling those 5 to 6 men, calling the rest of the guys, the rest of them, every last one, they're all involved because they all have to get there. Another thing too, the guy that's in the compromising position. Hold on, not a compromising position. What I'm gonna say, what I do feel spiritually. One of them that killed Rasheem, I know he lives in a trailer. He lives on land that probably belongs to his family. There's a small body of water. There's a pond on his trailer. There's a pond on his land. It's a pond that's there. I felt that when I was getting coffee earlier. There's a pond that's there. Um, Hold on. Oh, also too. Now we know why Washim was killed, um, and kind of get down to a who in a small way. Kind of get down to a who. I know his boss was absolutely involved. His boss did not kill him. His boss had him killed by men that worked for him. Absolutely, and we and her, we're absolutely in agreement of that. Mm. Also, too. Mm. I feel like on his pants, there's evidence. I hope they have his genes in evidence because I know there's evidence connecting to one person on those genes. I don't know if they've thrown them away. I hope they still have them in evidence. And I hope they went over them forensically. Psychically, I don't feel that they have because they said it's a suicide. They haven't went over this, the pants itself. I don't feel like their socks, but I know that their jeans. That has evidence on it, definitely. It's somebody else. Hold on. I'm just gonna be quite frank with you. It's somebody else's blood or semen. It's either blood or semen. It's some sick son of a gun's blood or semen. One of the perpetrators. Also, too, they're like, okay, I feel like they had him back in the cab. In the cab, they threw him in the back of one of the trucks. Like, if there's a dog hair that's there, there's evidence on those pants that can lead back to one of those trucks, definitely. And they're not doing any investigations on it. They're absolutely not. I don't feel any energy behind this case at all. Mm. His boss absolutely had him killed. He was on news today, his boss saying that people were threatening him. He killed him. Let me show you his boss. I want to show you who his boss looks like. This is going to be another video, definitely. Thank you, Reckoning Company. You're absolutely excellent. Mhm. Mhm. Hold on. This shows his boss. Here we go. I hope this is it right here.
We brought you the story of Rasheem Carter in Mississippi. He disappeared. He told the police and his mother he was afraid that there were a group of white men that were threatening him. And then they found his body in the woods, decapitated, body parts separated. Police said no foul play. That was weird. But then police also said it was possible for animal activity. And we checked. We brought you the story of Rasheem Carter in Mississippi. He disappeared. He told the police and his mother he was afraid that there were a group of white men that were threatening him. And then they found his body in the woods, decapitated, body parts separated. Police said no foul play. That was weird. But then police also said it was possible for animal activity. And we checked with the death investigator who said 100% that was possible at that time, that length of time in the woods. Rasheem's the family wants a federal investigation into this. They are very upset about it. They actually have said this was an evil act through their lawyer, Ben Crump. This was an evil act. Somebody murdered Rasheem Carter. The family just released a statement to the public saying that Rasheem told them that if anything should happen, then definitely his boss was responsible. And they haven't produced that text. They haven't produced that evidence. But what that did was it set a mob in motion.
Now let's go all the way through.
That hired Rasheem to work in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And Luke also
This is the man that Rasheem Carter caught in a compromising position, along with one of his coworkers, along with one of the men that worked for him. I absolutely psychic now. My spirit, my guides are telling me this is what Rasheem saw. This is what he was not meant to see. One of the reasons why he was fired and then finally killed. He caught this man in a compromising position with another man.
He's doing this interview with his attorney, Mark O'Mara, who is joining us as well live tonight. Luke, let me start with what's happened to you and your family and why you decided to get everybody and immediately go into hiding.
You know, after the national press conference, you know, all throughout the process of the Rasheem case and all, we, you know, I've continually, ever since he went missing, have received calls and always receiving things, you know, via the internet and social media.
I want to remind you also, too, as well, this is the man, I know I just said that. He was the man that had Rasheem Carter killed by his underlings. He was the man that controlled absolutely everything. He was the man that sicked those other co-workers on Rasheem Carter and had him murdered. This man right here.
But once the national press conference hit the news, it just got relentless. You know, we started getting death threats. You know, it started being accusations made toward my wife, my kids, and then it was just relentless. I mean, they would call me every minute.
You should have killed him.
They'd leave me messages into my voicemails filled up on my phone. Text messages were just horrific text messages. Just stating some horrific things that they wanted to do.
No one feels sorry for him. Fuck you. No one absolutely does not feel sorry for him at all. Fuck him. This literally is the man that literally had Rasheem Carter killed, because Rasheem Carter caught him. Now, psychically, this is what I feel. Rasheem Carter him in a compromising position with another man, probably one of his co-workers or one of the men that worked under him. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why he killed Rasheem Carter. That's why he had him killed. Now, I just put up a few moments of the early part of this video. Of course, a young lady by the name of, by the name of The Reckoning Company. Now, I'm going to mark her video on here. I know for a fact that now mind you, she does energy readings as well. I'm a psychic as well. She tapped into energy wise and answered a lot of questions. So I'm going to put her video information down at the very bottom. But I know for a fact, and I feel this spiritually, Rasheem one was incredibly talented. He was strong, he worked hard, and he worked fast. And this made them jealous. But he's a good worker. There's no reason to kill him. They caught this guy, this man right here that you just saw. They caught him in a compromising position. And that's when the machine then also too started to, well, if you don't want me to tell, you're going to give me more money. And I felt that too. I felt that. Or just offering, no. But the thing about it, I'm on the fence about that because either the guy offered him another job, either a higher position or whatever else, and then reneged on it, and then and felt in between 24 hours like that's not going to work because he's going to end up telling everybody. Because, and I felt like Rasheem also told the other coworkers of what they're not doing, how they're not helping the team. He's like he couldn't trust him. Does racism come into this? Absolutely. This absolutely does come into racism does come into this. Absolutely. But the part about it that really has an understanding of why they killed him was because of the compromising position. And that I can feel that especially. So this guy right here, who's moaning and groaning, why people, mind you, this happened 2 years ago. And mind you, this update was up 2025, 2023, 2000, I think this was 2000, 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. This was their update. This is what happened. And it's sad. Really, really sad. It's just one of those things whereas you have to really ask yourself, um, wow, really, really sad. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my cards too as well. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to bed 'cause I'm really, really tired. But before I do that, I gotta finish these Gregories because I got a major shipment tomorrow. I'm gonna need Rasheem Carter's energy around me, definitely around me, so we can get an understanding of what's going on. So I can see myself what's going on, definitely. Because I know psychically, mind you, I'm free balling it too. I'm just free balling it, and I know what I feel, but I want to know what's really going on. Now, hold on. Also, to be quite frank with you, I feel Rasheem Carter knew something weird was going on in that whole work area. The racism thing, I felt he was quite used to. He could deal with that. I'm not going to say it was any overt sexual energy going on. Not at all. Absolutely not. These guys are well hidden. But when you just know when things aren't right, that this is not about sexual energy. This is about how they work together, how they treated each other. It's like, they're really good friends. They're really good friends. But I just keep feeling he saw something before he saw the compromising position that simply said, something's not cool here. I don't know what it is. These guys are weird. This is really weird. He probably just attributed it to the white men. This is white men is weird as hell. He could probably attribute it to that. Hold on. All right. I want to know what happened to Rasheem. Okay. Oh, fucking treachery. Okay. This case will have a resolution to it. His mother's going to sue the hell out of Mississippi. This will have a resolution to it, definitely. Last card is Mother of Coins. That card's right side up. That will be a good resolution. That's her. It's a sense of resolution and peace for the family itself. The first card, ironically enough, is Father of Sticks. We're dealing with someone who's very, very grounded. I would say this card is Rasheem. Father Sticks, very grounded into himself. Hold on. How can you see this? Okay, I'll put it up here. So Father Sticks, that's there. That's the first card that's there. He's grounded. Good judgment. work hard. I would say smart too as well. Very, very intelligent. But well-rounded, really responsible, well-grounded, extremely well-grounded. Mm, definitely. Now, spirit is zeroing in on the work situation. And I find it curious that this is a upside down seven of sticks. Upside down seven of sticks deals with this is a shapeshifter. And his head is already a crocodile. It's already a crocodile body that's there. Hold on. Y'all, let me turn this thing off because I know you guys can't see it if you're watching this video, of course. I am going to turn. Hold on. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, how can I change? Uh, 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 uh. Oh, oh, it's too late to change it now. Too late to change it. But mind you, it's upside down. Mm. Not able to adapt. Hard to adapt. Really hard to adapt. Very, very hard to adapt. He's having a hard time adapting to it. Probably because of the racism. It's not the racism though. It's not just the racism. He'd been on this job for very long. Got connections to another job. Finding it very hard to adapt. Mhm. Wanting not to be there, pretty much. Yeah. The next card, of course, is going to be the Ten of Baskets. That's reversed as well. He's there for family. He's there to be there. He's there for family. He's there to take care of his family. You know, family not getting the money it needs. He's there to make money. He's there to take care of his family. Absolutely. But there's also something else going on too as well. That Ten of Baskets can absolutely be two ply. Absolutely be two ply. The Ten of Baskets, of course, is seven family members. They have 10 baskets above them, above their floating above their heads. And mind you, it's seven people. Why there are three extra baskets? Three extra baskets. Because ancestors' baskets represent ancestors providing for our needs, ancestors taking care of us, of course, doing us good, taking care of us, making sure we have everything we need and everything we desire. Absolutely. I'm going to conjure over because spirit tells me that I can conjure over the seven of sticks, not being able, the shapeshifter, not being able to adapt to the situation that's there. It's also having a hard time adapting, period, and that time frame as well. New father, new situation, things are going on. He's having a hard time adapting. And then three of knives. The real situation, why he had that job, he was desperate for that job. He had to have it. This was a situation where he had to have that job. Pull it back a little bit. There we go. Now, if you pull it, oh, guys, you guys can't see it. Oh, shooty daisies. I got to change this. Hold on. So I want you guys to see the card. Virtual background. Oh, there we go, right there. Oh. Eh. There we go, honey, right there. Oh. No, I don't want that one right there. I don't want a green screen. I don't want a virtual background. Okay, but no virtual backgrounds. Mm. Anyway, we'll deal with that. So here we go. Three of Knives. You still can't see it. How can I do this? Hmm. I'm going to put it over by me. Oh, there we go. There you. Well, you can look at it right here. Move it over. There. Well, anyway, describe the card to you. I'm trying to mitigate the card. Three of Knives is upside down. Desperation. Three of Knives looks like a really in the Hoodoo Tarot deck. Three of Knives is just a really weird card. It's just odd. It looks like it's a card that just looks so. It just looks like it's just, like it has no friend. There's no friend for it at all. Just looks completely um just complete out of sorts. Y'all, I'm gonna invite Clubhouse over here too as well. Hold on. Oh, so we're live streaming. Mind you, I'm inviting them over. And almost an hour into the show. A little hour into the show. Time is Hoodoo. There we go, honey. Let's see who comes in. I'm gonna make sure that they know that I'm live streaming. Let's see who actually comes in. Hello, everyone. Oh, live streaming on YouTube because I haven't been on YouTube in a long time, really long time. Black Snake Productions. There we go. Yeah, like live streaming Black Snake Productions. Absolutely. Now, uh, that's great. Really, really good. Now, of course, the three of sticks. That's here. Three of sticks, of course, is just a really bad luck card. It's a sense of no good luck that's there. It's redemption. The card is upside down. He was desperate. This job meant everything to him. He had to keep this job. He probably saw things that he did not want to see, and probably just ignored stuff. Yeah, fine. I got a job. I'm bringing in a good income. Ignoring stuff. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Now, next to ten. Now, of course, we have the 10 of baskets. 10 of baskets, of course, ancestors blessing. Of course, three extra. Ancestors taking care of us and looking out for us in a really beautiful way. Now, what's behind that? What's behind that? His mother. We got the Big Mama card. The Big Mama card is just an understanding, whereas that Big Mama card, now I don't know if y'all can see this. The Big Mama card, making his mother proud. Mind you, of course, this is his mother's probably on him in order. Hey, Glow. Hey, Geo. How you doing? How you doing? Now, mind you, his mother basically is just, of course, probably having to get a job, of course, support his mother, support his child, definitely. It's a sense of really, really, truly supporting himself. Absolutely. We have somebody on here. Hey, Jake Geo. Hi. Uh-oh, somebody want to come up. How you doing? I hope you're doing fine, honey. Now, just for everybody coming in, because mind you, this is going to be a go up pretty soon, and for everybody on YouTube, we're dealing with, of course, the case for Rashid. Hold on, Rasheem Carter. the case for Rasheem Carter, a young black man that was killed in Mississippi, completely decapitated. And I usually don't, so I'm not contacting him, but I wanted to understand more about his case because it's and out of 2 years, nothing has been solved. And I came across this case completely by accident. And then listen, I came across one other reader, and uh-oh, oh, there we go. Y'all, this Wi-Fi in here is horrible. But I came across one other reader on YouTube itself. I came across one other reader that really broke it down in a really cool way. And I said, man, this is really fucked up. And then I began to realize too, and as she was talking, I'm like, I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, no, mention that, mention that, mention that, mention that, mention that. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just do my own thing and go about just talking about it on my own and telling what I feel. Now, Big Mama comes up because Big Mama, of course, Big Mama, of course, is a matriarch. So, of course, he's doing this to impress his mother, but also to help support his mother too, as well. Wanting to give her a better life as well, wanting to support her. Now, under Father Sticks that represents Rasheem, or that would represent his spirit, we have Seven of Coins. That's absolutely reversed. Seven of Coins is not being appreciated. This is him on the job, not being appreciated, knowing full well that he's not being appreciated. This is one of the reasons why with the other reader, I forget her name, she said that he's doing 80% when he can be doing 100, and they've seen him do 100. But if you're not being appreciated, of course you're going to pull back your efforts. Of course you are. Let's see what happens. And then now we have a Six of Knives that's reversed. Six of Knives is High John going back to Africa on the boat. This man was isolated in Mississippi, in that small town in Mississippi, working around white men in construction. Of course, he's going to be isolated. He started to isolate himself. And then because that card is reversed, it's pulling back from the situation, pulling back from those that don't like you, pulling back out of safety. It still did not help him. Let's see where isolation got him. Hold on. To a basket. That's strange. Two of baskets is right side up, right here. Two of baskets is the lover's card. Now, I told you that those men killed him because he saw them in a compromising position. He saw his boss and one of the underlings. And oh, all right, Gio. Thank you so much, Gio. I appreciate you, honey. He watched this and watched a very compromising position going on. That young man was killed because he caught his boss and one of his workers having sex with each other. And that's why he was killed. And this proves it. Lover's card, right there. The lover's card. Right after this young man decides to isolate himself, either somebody develops a crush on him. Yeah, caught the DO doing some stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, Gio. It's bad. After he either caught him or this boss started having feelings for him, started developing feelings for him. Like, because you know what a predator would do. Yet this is a young man, but he's a predator. This young man he's a straight boy, you know, he's not bisexual. And his boss thinks that he can kind of this to a basket, but this is right side up though. It's not upside down as I would suspect for it to be. Now, I know what this means. I'm not going to say. Now, do I think that Rasheem had anything to do with it? No. I feel it's right side up because there were perks, not in feeding into this. Rasheem probably did not know what was going on. This white guy who he knows is a racist, this white guy that, he's just being nice to him, giving him extra perks, extra money. It's leading somewhere. Rasheem has no idea. I don't feel Rasheem had any idea about this. That's why the card, but see, the card is right side up. It's working for him. They're becoming close friends. It's still the lover's card, though, but they're becoming close friends. Here's the treachery, though, pure treachery. And I felt, no, hold on, hold on, hold on. After Rasheem, two baskets right side up, I guarantee Rasheem rejected him. And that's when things turned ugly. Him and Rasheem were in the same hotel room that night. And then his boss man suddenly the next day said, I can't take you to the job site. And then his boss man said, can't take you to the job site. I can't. I'm not going to. Rasheem had no way of getting there. And things just went downhill from there. The boss man called his underlings. The boss man didn't kill Rasheem. Now I put him early in the video who this person was. He refused to take it. Rasheem had to get there the best way he could. So then he's freaking out because Rasheem has rejected him. But he read it. He thought something was something. You know how DL men will sometimes, hey, the wires get crossed. He thought he was down with it. And Rasheem that light said, no, I'm not gay. I thought the same thing too, Gio, that they were intimate. No. Because if that was the case, he would have no reason to kill him. But I feel because Rasheem said no, cat's out of the bag. And then you get the feeling as well of that Rasheem, okay, you got to get out of here. The boss man's going to fire him. But he knows if he fires him, then Rasheem is going to tell everything. He's going to spill the whole entire beans. He's going to spill the beans. So what does he do? He tells him he's not going to take him to work. Has Rasheem to walk to the site set, which was over 2 miles. And in that walk, gets underlings that did participate. Oh, you'd be amazed what a straight man would do to make some money. His boss man is a predator. The guy is a predator. And that's what this started from. He's a predator. Rasheem wasn't falling for it. Here, and how we know this? Then look at this card. The treachery card. The skull with 9 peaches. It is literally the devil's punch bowl card, but it's reversed. It's bad when it's this way. It's horrible when it's this way, upside down. The treachery did not work for him. It's pure treachery, and it's treachery upside down. This is treachery that kills you. Now, where did this treachery lead? Let's see. Oh, shit. The devil's card. Miss Robinson upside down. We don't have to go too far. Let's see Miss Robinson. The funeral home. The funeral home. And it's upside down. Killed him. Now we know why Rasheem Carter was killed. This man, this predator, preyed upon his gentleness, preyed upon his need to work hard, preyed upon his need to impress his boss. I'm a great worker, and wanted to take advantage of him. Having him, that mind you, they had the same room at the day 6 at the motel. What do you call that motel, Gio? Day 6, Days Inn. Yeah. Rest in yeah. Light and progress to his soul, bless his heart. Killed him. Killed him the same day. Killed him. Because he thought Rasheem was going to tell everything. You heard it here first. This is what happened. This is exactly what happened. But this is the only card that was right side up. Right by, and that Big Mama card is the Big Mama card over that ancestor card, over the 10 of baskets, shows his ancestors, his matriarchs are with him. This is his mother. Now, mind you, this is not a Dr. Buzzard. It's not justice, but she's surrounded by money. She's also surrounded by animal totems. It's a sense. It's a sense. Yep. It's a sense of animal totems that's there. The owl, the cat, the snail, the turtle. That big gold blue bloom above her. She's sleeping with the eye mask on. She's completely relaxed. Absolutely relaxed. She's gonna win. She's gonna win a major windfall. She's gonna win major money. Major money. Eventually, this justice will come out and she's going to sue them. Probably in the whole process of suing them right now. This is the justice. I didn't think it was going to go this far. Now, as far as the killers that are there, I mentioned one of the killers that I do feel spirit wise. Spirit is showing me one of the killers, quite possibly one of the killers, one of the men that was slobbing his knob, the predator, that he literally coerced because these men need their jobs. Now, mind you, Gio, if it was DL and the men about it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. These are two consenting adults. But I feel at least one or two out of those five men were not with it. They did it because I feel like they were DL though. But he literally like, you need your job. Do what I tell you to do. And now we understand why he was able to get his men to kill them, or at least five specific men, because he has dirt on all of them. He's already controlling them. When you make a straight man sleep with another man, even and this is his first time, you got some shit on him. When you can coerce a man to do exactly, absolutely, absolutely. And I feel out of the five, I do feel three were bisexual, like his broad predator ass boss. But the one I feel that he would pick on the most was one who saw himself as a straight man. Absolutely. So now we know what was going on. So I had to make this video. I came across my thread. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, wow. I was gagging. They don't want to lose their family. Yeah, they don't want to lose the family. Absolutely. That's the reason why he didn't want to lose his family. The treachery. Did not want to lose his family. Did not want his wife to divorce him. Did not want any of that because this is rural Mississippi. The deep, 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 deep you can't get any deeper than that. And those people down there are hateful. And you see this good-looking black boy, this good-looking black man. He's going to try to have his way with him. Absolutely. Or have Rasheem have his way with him. Either which way, Rasheem was like, I ain't with all that. He's like, I'm not with it. And it literally cost him his life. He's a damn predator. That's the point. He's a predator. Hmm. But I had to talk about this. I had to talk about this video. I had to talk about it. So I saw one of the young ladies talking about it. And mind you, now Gio, watch this video when it finishes over, and you'll see her presentation. She's a pretty good psychic, by the way. She's actually very, very good. But there was things she wasn't talking about. I'm looking for my coin, and I can't find it. There were things she was talking about, and I'm like, I know you see it. It's right there in your face. They are homosexuals. They're bisexual. I know you see it, but she didn't go that far. And she's probably either she no, she didn't go that far, honey. But I oh, this right there. But I did. I went that far because that's what I saw. He's bisexual. And Raheem saw it. Rasheem saw it and tried to compromise, try to sex on him, try to turn him out. Why do you think they're in the same room together? And he picked that opportunity to do that. And Rasheem said no. And the guy's like, well, I can't take you to work. He's used to getting his way. And this black man said no. Said no. That's not his thing. It's just not his thing. Hmm. So that's the reason behind it. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Gio. Listen, I'm going to end this stream because I got to get to bed. It's 1:57 at 2 o'clock. But this was absolutely excellent. I thank y'all so much for just spending time with me. Sorry that I'm kind of slow, but it's fine now. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Listen, y'all be good. Please take care of yourself. Thank you so much for your time. And I am out at 3,000. John, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Bye, y'all. Oh, do I have an outro stream? Have a good night, Gio, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, baby. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.